my name is Valerie. Today I have a very heartwarming book for you guys that is based off a true story, and it shows two sides of the same story and of what really happened.
Read with Val. Read on, have fun, and dream big.
This book is called The 57 Bus by Dashka Slater, and it is a realistic fiction book, again based on a true story, and I would rate it a 10 out of 10. So this book has two main characters, Sasha and Richard. Sasha uses the pronouns they and their, and they go to a small private school, and they come from a middle-class family. Richard lives in the same town as Sasha, goes to a very big public school, and they just come from different backgrounds. One day, their paths overlap. On the 57 bus, which is a public bus that both of them go on, Richard and his friends think it would be funny to set this person's skirt on fire. They are doing it because they see what looks like a boy but wearing a skirt, and they think it'd be funny to play in a joke on that person. And so they set Sasha's skirt on fire, and in 8 minutes it bursts into flames, and this man on the bus helps Sasha get the fire out. What ends up happening is Sasha ends up getting very, very bad burns on their legs and like their thighs, and it's just like the burns are very deep and very painful and very harmful to a person as kind as Sasha. And it's not only physically hurting Sasha, it's also mentally. It's not just the products, but the meaning behind that action of Richard is very hurtful mentally to Sasha. But on the other side of the story is Richard. And Richard is a very good person who ended up doing a harmful, bad thing. He had no intention to, like, if he knew the product of him setting the skirt on fire, he wouldn't have done it. He just thought as a teenager it'd be funny, and his friends were there, so there's a little bit of peer pressure. But of course that doesn't mean Richard can just be excused from doing something so harmful and something so that has a big impact on another person, because Richard did end up really badly hurting Sasha, even though his intention was to not. And when he is asked why he did it, he said he was homophobic, but he doesn't really know what that means. And I think he's a good person and a kind boy, but he just has to think through his actions more clearly. In the end, he is charged with an adult crime, and his future's on the line because he might go to jail for a super long time. And of course that's not what he wants. He wanted to graduate from high school and college, which is in the area that they both live in. It's very rare to do that, especially coming from a lower income family like Richard's. It's very special for someone to do that, and that's what Richard's goal was, except now that he is charged with two crimes and 2 hate crimes, and also might be going to jail, his future's just like undecided and like wavering. So this is the book about, and the story about how two teenagers' lives overlap, and how there's so many valuable lessons to two sides of the same thing of what happened. Both sides might be true, but it doesn't mean that the outcome is fair or not harmful. So I hope you guys enjoy this book. It taught me a lot of valuable lessons, like how to not be moved or not change your opinion based on what others think. Like Richard, if he was by himself, he wouldn't have done that, but his friends kind of not pushed him, but Richard felt obligated to like make something entertaining happen, and that is exactly what you can't do. And you have to think your actions through carefully and make sure what you're doing is logical. Now on Sasha's side, I think it's important to forgive and move on, even if it's hard, and try to understand the person who hurt you and what they were trying to do. I'd recommend this book to kids between the ages 11 through 14, and I would also recommend it to people who like reading about real stories that happened and how different perspectives change the entire story and the meaning behind it. Remember to read on, have fun, and dream big.